Japan, a place full of beauty, technology, and ancient secrets. But what if I told you there's a stranger side to this country? Hidden traditions, surprising rules, and unusual customs that will make you question everything you know about it. Imagine festivals where people brave the winter cold nearly naked, or a crime world that's completely legal. Yes, you heard that right. Today, I'm taking you on a journey through 35 of the weirdest, wildest facts that only exist in Japan. Get ready, because each fact is going to be stranger than the last. 35. Japan's Naked Festivals. Hadaka Matsuri. Japan's Naked Festivals, Hadaka Matsuri, are not only a test of courage, but also a raw celebration of human spirit. Thousands of men strip down to a loincloth, and sometimes even less, in freezing temperatures, gathering to pray for luck and purification. The highlight? They wrestle, push, and jostle in huge crowds, with spectators cheering on this nearly nude event. It's a daring spectacle of bare skin and intense tradition that dates back centuries. Would you have the courage to join? 34. Love hotels. Japan's answer to private encounters. Japan is home to thousands of love hotels, places where couples can rent rooms by the hour for private time. These rooms come fully equipped with themed decor, from fantasy castles to jungle settings, allowing guests to indulge in various fantasies without judgment. Love hotels are so popular that there are even websites dedicated to reviewing and rating them. Ever thought of a hotel stay by the hour? 33. Naked communal bathing. Embracing onsen culture. In Japan, it's common to visit hot springs, or onsen, where people bathe together in the nude. Men and women typically bathe separately, but there are some mixed gender baths too. It's not sexual, rather, it's a way of stripping down barriers, both literally and culturally. Could you relax in a hot spring surrounded by others, all completely bare? 32. Pornographic vending machines. Yes, you read that right. In Japan, vending machines can sell nearly anything, including adult magazines and videos. These machines are often tucked away in certain districts, available to those who know where to look. In fact, vending machines in Japan have become known for their surprising variety, offering everything from underwear to collectible cards. Would you ever buy something like this from a vending machine? 31. The fetish paradise of Akihabara. Akihabara, Tokyo's tech and gaming district, is also known as a hotspot for fetish culture. You'll find maid cafes, where staff dressed as maids serve customers in elaborate, fantasy-like settings. There are also cafes and shops that cater to niche fetishes, with everything from catgirl waitresses to cuddle cafes. Ever been curious about exploring such a unique fantasy world? 30. Extreme censorship in adult content. Despite its open culture around sex, Japan has strict laws around showing genitalia in adult content. This means many Japanese adult films and images are heavily censored, using pixelation or blurring techniques. This censorship has even led to creative workarounds, like using unusual props or focusing on storytelling. Imagine a place where even adult films have an artistic twist. 29. Pillow love. The Dekamakura obsession. In Japan, Dekamakura, or hugging pillows, are more than just cushions. These body-length pillows often feature images of anime characters or fantasy figures, allowing fans to feel like they're sleeping next to a favorite character. Some even come with interactive features, like voice recordings or sensors. Could you imagine snuggling up to an anime pillow every night? 28. The unique world of soaplans. Soaplans are specialized bathhouses in Japan offering unique services to clients. While they cannot legally provide certain intimate services, these establishments operate in a gray area and are known for their signature body-to-body massages. With their long history in Japan's nightlife culture, they're a curious facet of the country's traditions. Would you explore this intriguing corner of Japanese culture? 28. Rent a girlfriend and rent a boyfriend services. Feeling lonely? In Japan, you can rent a girlfriend or boyfriend for a day. These companions accompany you on dates, take photos, or attend events. All strictly non-physical and focused on providing companionship. Many people are willing to pay for this unique experience. Could you see yourself trying this out for a day? 27. Omiai. Arranged marriage meetings with a modern twist in traditional arranged marriages, or omiai, are still a part of traditional Japanese culture, but modern services have added a twist. Families or matchmakers set up meetings between potential partners, often using personality tests or detailed profiles to find compatibility. Imagine going to a formal meeting with marriage in mind. Would you feel the pressure or embrace the process? 26. Weird niche cafes, from foot massages to role-playing themes. Tokyo's cafes cater to just about every interest or niche imaginable. There are spots where patrons can have their feet massaged, or even quirky role-playing cafes, like domination cafes, where staff take on dominant roles and customers play along. If you could design your own themed cafe, what wild idea would you bring to life? 25. The used panties craze. For a time, some vending machines in Japan became infamous for allegedly selling used panties. While most of these machines no longer exist, certain shops and online retailers still offer used items for sale. It's a fetish that surprises outsiders, but in Japan, it's part of a broader culture of niche interests. Could you imagine stumbling upon one of these? 24. Oshoka. The thriving world of professional cuddling. Cuddle cafes are real. Here, people can pay to cuddle with a stranger in a non-sexual setting. It's an industry built on the idea that human connection can help relieve loneliness and stress. Some cuddle cafes even have rules for different cuddle positions. Would you ever consider paying for a professional cuddle session? 23. Enjo Kosai. Compensated dating. Enjo Kosai, or compensated dating, is a practice where young women, often high school girls, go on dates with older men in exchange for gifts or money. While it's not illegal, it's a morally gray area and controversial within Japanese society. Imagine a world where dating for allowances is socially acknowledged but often unspoken. 22. Manga cafes that double as hotels. In Japan, you can stay overnight at manga cafes, which are cozy spaces where you can read manga, drink unlimited soft drinks, and sleep in private cubicles. Some of these cubicles are home to people who can't afford traditional housing, making them a unique hybrid between a library and a hotel. Could you live out of a manga cafe? 21. Marriage to anime characters. In Japan, a surprising number of people have held weddings with their favorite anime or video game characters. This phenomenon has become popular enough that companies now offer wedding services for fans who want to make their relationship with a fictional character official. Imagine a wedding where only one person at the altar is real. Could you picture it? 20. Host and hostess clubs. Paying for company. Host and hostess clubs are popular nightlife spots where guests pay for the company of attractive hosts or hostesses. They serve drinks, provide conversation, and sometimes flirt, all for a fee. For some, it's a regular escape from the stress of daily life. Could you imagine paying just to talk and have someone pour your drinks? 19. Nipple covering culture. No nipples on TV. On Japanese television, nipples are often censored, even in non-sexual scenes, leading to creative costume and camera work to hide them. This has led to a certain modesty on Japanese television, even when topics around sexuality are openly discussed. Would this modesty seem surprising in such a free culture? 18. The unique art of Japanese kintsugi. In Japan, there's a beautiful art form called kintsugi, which involves repairing broken pottery with gold, silver, or platinum. Rather than hiding the cracks, this method highlights them, turning imperfection into something unique and valuable. The philosophy behind kintsugi is that broken things can still be beautiful and have a new life. Would you appreciate this art? 17. Fake funeral services to practice death. Yes, you can attend your own funeral in Japan. Some companies offer mock funerals where people can lie in a coffin, get a taste of their last rites, and reflect on life's meaning. This unusual practice is meant to give people a new perspective on life by allowing them to experience death. Would you ever attend your own fake funeral? 16. Mourning dolls, replacing lost loved ones. In some rural parts of Japan, people create life-size dolls to represent family members or friends who have passed away. These dolls are often dressed in the person's clothing and placed in their favorite spots around the home or village. It's said to keep the person's spirit close by. Could you imagine living with a replacement doll for a loved one? 15. Fetish-friendly festivals. Japan is home to unique festivals that celebrate all sorts of interests and fetishes. One example is Fetish Festa, a gathering where people come together to celebrate everything from foot fetishes to cosplay fantasies. People of all types attend, proudly showcasing their niche interests in a judgment-free zone. Would you attend such an open-minded event? 14. Virtual girlfriends and boyfriends on demand. In Japan, you can download an app to create a virtual girlfriend or boyfriend who texts you, calls you, and even talks to you. These apps let people interact with an AI partner who responds with cute texts, reminders, and even relationship advice. Some people even take their virtual partners on dates. Would you ever consider dating a virtual person? 13. Nampa, the art of flirting in public. Nampa is a style of flirtatious street pickup practiced in Japan, where people approach strangers, often with lines that are playful or a bit outrageous. It's common in places like Shibuya or Roppongi, and while it's mostly harmless, it's seen as a type of artful flirting. Would you be bold enough to try Nampa yourself? 12. Kancho, the butt-poking game. Kancho is a bizarre prank game popular among school kids in Japan, where they sneak up on someone, form their fingers into a finger gun, and poke them in the rear. It's seen as a funny prank in Japanese schools, though it's bewildering to outsiders. Could you imagine this as a game in other cultures? 11. Maid cafes, a blend of fantasy and reality. In Japan's famous maid cafes, waitresses dressed as French maids serve customers with phrases like master or princess. These cafes are designed to make guests feel like royalty, providing everything from playful conversation to magic spells over your food. Would you feel comfortable in a place where the staff treats you like a noble? 10. Capsule hotel showers, open and communal. In Japan's capsule hotels, showers are often communal and gender-specific, meaning you share the space with others. These showers aren't private, but they're designed to foster a sense of shared experience and simplicity. Could you handle a communal shower experience on a trip? 9. Oshiya, subway pushers at rush hour. Tokyo's subway stations employ staff known as Oshiya, or pushers, whose job is to pack people into crowded trains by physically pushing them inside. During rush hour, people are squeezed in so tightly they can barely move. Could you handle such close quarters just to get to work on time? 8. Host clubs for women. Japan's night princes. In host clubs, women can pay for the attention of handsome male hosts who flirt, pour drinks, and keep the women entertained for hours. Known as night princes, these hosts are often highly trained in conversation, humor, and subtle flirtation. It's a whole industry where charm is a career. Would you consider spending a night in a host club? 7. Mosquito net cafes for stress relief. In Japan, some cafes are set up with mosquito nets and even real camping equipment, designed to make you feel like you're outdoors. These cafes provide an immersive, bug-free camping experience right in the city to help people unwind. It's camping without any of the outdoor discomforts. Would you camp indoors to escape city stress? 6. The scent of youth. Fragrance of a schoolgirl. In Japan, there are perfumes that claim to replicate the scent of a schoolgirl or other youthful aromas. These scents are marketed toward people nostalgic for their youth, even though it's an unusual way to experience nostalgia. Could you imagine a perfume line dedicated to such a specific theme? 5. Robot companions for the lonely. Japan leads in robotics technology, and now, robots are being designed to be emotional companions. Some of these robots offer cuddles, others can chat, and a few are even programmed to sing lullabies to lonely seniors or children. Robots like Pepper are even starting to appear in hospitals and homes. Would you consider a robot as a companion? 4. Ear cleaning parlors. Mimikaki services. Ear cleaning is a common service in Japan, but it's not just for hygiene. It's actually meant to be a relaxing experience. In Mimikaki parlors, trained specialists carefully clean clients' ears, often adding a soothing, almost therapeutic touch. For many, it's a strange but comforting practice that leaves them feeling fresh and relaxed. Would you try a professional ear cleaning experience? 3. The unique shrine of Tagada Jinja. In Japan, the Tagada Jinja shrine is known for its focus on blessings for fertility, safe childbirth, and family harmony. What makes it stand out is the annual Honensai Festival, where locals and visitors gather to celebrate these themes through traditional rituals and symbolic decorations. This lively and cultural event is a joyous celebration of prosperity and new beginnings. Could you imagine experiencing such a unique and vibrant festival? 2. Nyotemori. The art of eating sushi off a naked body. Nyotemori, or body sushi, is an experience where sushi is served on a woman's naked body, laid out like a living platter. Once reserved for the wealthy and samurai class, it's now available to those seeking a daring dining experience. Though it's considered an art form, it's also one of Japan's most provocative traditions, merging cuisine with nudity in a way that's both bold and sensual. Would you dare to dine like this? 1. Honen Matsuri, the Festival of Fertility. Japan's Honen Matsuri, held annually on March 15, is a celebration entirely dedicated to fertility. In this unusual festival, people carry a massive, carved wooden phallus through the streets, blessing it for prosperity, fertility, and an abundant harvest. The entire event is a bold and unapologetic homage to fertility, with phallic symbols everywhere, from candy to souvenirs. Despite its explicit symbolism, it's a joyous, family-friendly affair where locals and tourists alike gather to witness this one-of-a-kind spectacle. Could you see yourself attending such an open and bold celebration? Bonus insight. Did you know that in Japan, custody after divorce is rarely shared? Typically, one parent, often the mother, gets full custody, while the other may lose all contact with their children. It's a strict policy that leaves no room for shared parenting, forcing heart-wrenching decisions. Imagine having to choose between starting fresh or staying in touch with your kids. What would you do? Stay tuned for more eye-opening cultural insights.